I wonder if you could update us on the team news, specifically Rodri, Kyle Walker obviously went off as well on Sunday. Have you got an update on those players and any others you might have fit?
We will train this afternoon and we'll know exactly. Rodri feels better, Kyle I think is out, but we wait the training session this afternoon.
Erling Haaland has set so many records already in the Champions League. I think he's the youngest player to score 25 goals, the quickest player to score 25 goals. We talk about records with him and performances all the time, but is this the competition where legitimately we can compare him to other strikers, the great strikers of the last 20 years?
Absolutely. At his age, no one can compete with him. No one. So the numbers speak for himself, and inside in the locker room, on the pitch, we see things that they are not in the stats that make us feel happy to have him here. And
one player that maybe has gone under the radar a little bit this season, perhaps because of Erling joining, is Manuela Kanji. What have you made of the way he has settled into the group and his performances so far?
Really good. We are very pleased. Especially as a person, because he's an incredibly well-educated guy, and on the pitch the performance speaks for itself too.
Hi Pep. Haaland of course grabbed the headlines, so did Phil on Sunday as well. We understand there might be a new contract close. How important is Phil to Manchester City?
Yeah, a lot. So young player as well, and as a reality, due his performance during these years, and of course we want him, he stay yes or yes.
You mentioned Haaland's one of the best for his age right now. Where's Phil in that list for his position and his age?
No, he's an exceptional player. So he grew up a lot, he's already many years with us, and he's reliable in terms of physical condition. You know, he's so intense in everything, so clever and reliable, and every 3 days he's able to play. And and both they know he can do better, and hopefully they can do it.
Finally, for me, going to speak to Sergio Gomez in a moment. Short space of time here. What have you seen from him? How has he improved? How has he settled in your opinion?
Yeah, he pays attention a lot. He's so intelligent. He understands the situations quick. And I think he settled perfectly with the team.
Pep, do you like this season's format of the Champions League, where you're playing every week rather than playing one and then miss one and playing another?
That's what it is. You have to pay attention, because a mistake now and everything is so quick, but you don't have time to recover. It's what it is. It's different this season for the World Cup, and the schedule is like this. Everyone has to adapt. And of course, the Champions League qualification, we know how important is our games at home, and tomorrow will not be an exception. I spent last night and this morning watching a little bit more, paying more attention about the Copenhagen, and like when I face this type of teams for North Europe, always they're really good, well organized, and you have to be careful, because a lot of words, and you have to come back to the reality and put our effort to try to win an important game. We were able to make 9 points in 3 games. We'll be so close to the next stage after World Cup, and it's important to go to World Cup being there.
How much, if anything, do you have to just remind your players after beating Sevilla and Borussia Dortmund, who are regarded as the biggest teams in the group, that they can't take it easy against Copenhagen?
Yeah, that is the problem. You're right, and after the game against United, this is the biggest issue. Hopefully I can tell them, show them, pay a lot of attention, because it's not easy to break the structure they have against Sevilla. I saw it this morning. They were brilliant, and Sevilla struggled to break them, and I know exactly what they're able to do. And they have a quality to play. They are brave to go forward. It's always man-to-man when it's an hour goal kick, for example, and after when they have the ball, they are not a team like just play long balls with a striker and have the ability to play and the courage to play. And you have to try to force them to play long balls with the striker, of course, is strong, but they have very many things, and everybody knows, and every moment they know related for the mates always is well done. And I was surprised this morning when I watched them how many things good they do.
Yes, hello, Pep. Holland comes from a small country without great football traditions regarding the national team and clubs not playing in Champions League. Does that make his achievements extra impressive?
About, sorry, Copenhagen?
No, Erling Haaland.
Oh, sorry?
Erling Haaland coming from a small country, Norway, without lots of great football traditions. Does that make his achievements more impressive?
No, because it doesn't mean you have to born in UK or in Italy to be a football player, a good football player. You can born everywhere. So I think having natural conditions, of course, natural instinct. But I'm pretty sure in Norway, in Austria, and Germany, they will be guided with good managers, with good mates, and Erling is who he is.
Everyone is talking about the good chemistry between the City players on and off the pitch. In what way are you building the good team culture?
No, it depends on them. What normally happens is a good, nice person, and he has a lot of gestures on and off the pitch with the young players, with the staff, with the backroom staff, on the pitch, when the situation is going well, how his gesture is encourage the guys. So there are many things that is not just a striker score goals. And I think come from his education as well.
Pep, you've mentioned Riyad Mahrez a couple of times in the last few weeks. You say that you're waiting for him to come back to his best. What do you need to see from him?
He knows it. I know perfectly Riyad. How important. We need him. We need him. He has to come back at his best. And when he's best, Riyad, in terms of personality, ability, quality, his love for this game, how he enjoyed to playing, and step by step he's going to come back.
What do you think is missing at the moment?
Well, of course now he's not playing much, but what he is he have to come back in his better physical condition, and after the rest will come along, because he's another player. I cannot teach him anything. He's too good.
Can I just ask a quick one about Foden? De Bruyne said after the match on Sunday that he thinks Foden will end up being a central midfielder. He's obviously not played in that position often over the last few years. Would you share De Bruyne's view on that? And if so, how do you sort of integrate him to becoming that centre midfielder?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with Kevin. He can play that many times. Phil can play in 5 positions. Even I would say can play as a left back. He played a few minutes against, I think, I don't know which game at home, and he played really, really well. So, but playing in the middle, I have to pay attention, a little bit more attention, and some aspects that I still have to grow. He still is moving for his natural, unbelievable instinct to play football. But when you play in the middle, you have to pay attention what happens around you, close to you. In the side is easier. In the middle, you have many things happen there. And I would not say with the ball, especially without the ball, has to be. And this he needs to improve, Phil. But it's what I said, it's normal. So it's his age. And his, desire to learn, he will do it. It's no doubt.
Hi, Pep. FC Copenhagen has a new head coach. This is going to be only his second game in charge. He's only 34 years old. You started young as well as a manager. What's the biggest challenge, you think, being young in this role?
The challenge is try to do his best. He has 34 years old. He's already manager. He has the ability to do it. So I'm pretty sure with 44 will be an excellent manager for this experience. As quick you get this position will be better. And I'm not the one to give advice to anyone. But just enjoy, and I would say what you believe and you think is the best for the team, you have to do it.
You said that you were going to do an analysis tonight, but what kind of game do you expect, all considering?
Always when I see the opponents, I see the best of them. When I play against Dortmund, especially Sevilla at home, they were so aggressive. And every movement is incredible, well done. When the winger jam, attacking midfielder knows exactly what to do. When attacking midfielder jam, the winger knows how to do. How aggressive they are with the winger jam, exactly the fullback support them. So they have a really good movement that do realize they are work behind the scenes.
And when it comes to your team selection, are you contemplating rotating for this match?
We'll see. Today in the training session. My smell, my noise, and after we decide.
Okay. Obviously the performance on Sunday overall was really good, really eye-catching performance, and results this season have been great as well. After the game at the weekend, you said, there's simple things that aren't good enough and need to improve. Was that just about Sunday, or was that a general thing that...
No, not just Sunday. In Wolves happened the same. So the most difficult thing in football is do the easy things. And the easy things we are not doing some departments not really well. So we are alone, the simple passes, and we lost it. And this is our principles. The most biggest and more important principles that we have is we have the ball, we have to pass the ball to the guys who wear the blue T-shirt. We cannot give it to the red T-shirt. And I'm not saying in the final third in a situation you have to dribble one or two, lose the ball. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking that you are simply just pass the ball. And lately we are not doing good. And against in important stages, in important games, always will be a problem. And it's easy to solve it because they are good enough to do the simple things easy.
That's what I was going to say. If they're the simple things that they're doing wrong, is it simple? Obviously, if it was a couple of games, Wolves and United, is it just as simple as you talk to them last few days today, and it should be sorted out soon?
I'm pretty sure.
Pep, just on Calvin Phillips, do you think he'll play for City before the World Cup? You said on Friday you probably would see him after the World Cup.
I hope so for him, for maybe national team, for his chance to go. I hope so. Yeah. But I'm not a doctor, physio. I don't know how his evolution. The doctor told me evolution is good, but I don't know.
So, a couple of weeks or
I don't know. This summertime I will take a license as a doctor, and next season I will answer you perfectly.
Good afternoon, Pep. How has Phil Foden improved and grown since you became his manager?
I thought the impact when Phil arrived was wow. This guy is good, And even in the early, not the first season when start a few games, but the second start to playing important games, and he's a guy who doesn't feel the pressure. It's a little bit like Bernardo. As big as the stage or biggest game is, he behaved better. And his dynamic. You saw the goal, the assist from Erling. Start from our box. He's able to make 45 transition box to box, typical from England. And he can do it, but in smaller spaces is good. With his go left to go to the byline, and play right, go inside and arrive to the box with shoot and wherever. As a striker, have also the movements in behind. A false nine can do it. So it's incredible. You can use it in many, many things. And I would say every year, as much games you play, you are a better player.
I can understand from an English perspective as we head into the World Cup, are you expecting him to have a big impact? So what would be his big impact at his first international?
No, I wish, because I'm living here for almost 7 years, I wish the England national team can do a good tournament. Absolutely, I want it. Have a lot of respect with Gareth, and I know most of the players. I live in this country, so hopefully they can do it.
Hi Pep, just wanted to ask you about FC Copenhagen. They're struggling in the league. They have injuries in major profiles in the team. I think everyone in Denmark is expecting City to destroy FC Copenhagen.
Yeah.
What are your expectations and what are you expecting from your players?
Yeah. My expectations are humble enough that the journalists of the media in Copenhagen, like the people, expect we're going to win in the way that people say. I'm not this type of manager. Never, ever. Not even play against the top teams or another teams, and the people say, have a lot of respect. If they are there, it's because they won the league last season in your country, and sometimes the next season, always you have to be moments that they are good, and you can struggle a little bit in the competition. It happens in all the leagues around the world, but for one game, everything can happen. And I said, last night I sit in front of my laptop to watch Copenhagen against Borussia Dortmund, and this morning I saw 30 minutes the last game with a new manager playing that they won 1-0, and the game against Sevilla, I don't watch the table, I don't watch what is the position, I watch who they are as a team, the players, try to know them, discover. Of course, my backroom staff helped me a lot to discover. This is my job, our job, what I have to do, and inform to the players which team is going to face. Because Champions League, I have too much respect for all the opponents, and will be no an exception tomorrow.
Pep, just a simple question: are there any players in the Copenhagen team that you're going to pay extra attention tomorrow?
I will pay attention to my team. This I want to pay attention. I will pay attention if we take seriously or not. So. Too many compliments these last 2 days, oh, how good, that. And this time of surround talks after that, I don't like it when you have to face games like a Champions League. That's why I will pay attention today in the training session, in the game tomorrow, how we have to behave, more than, like always we try to do. Of course, we know the skills that they can have, and I know that we are who we are, and we create problems to Copenhagen. We know that. But at the same time, we are not going to win just for we are Man City or they are Copenhagen, or because we won against United, that they change the manager. Without doing what the job is, we're going to win. With that, many examples happen in this competition. In the past, in the league as well, in the Premier League, like we are not who we are, we can struggle for everyone, with any team.
Hi, Sergio. When you joined Manchester City, we didn't know how quickly you would be involved in the first team, but you have obviously been part of the group. You've made your first start in the Champions League. How did you expect your Manchester City career to start, and how have you settled in?
Bueno, sí que es verdad que al final, pues al venir a un club tan grande, nunca sabes lo que puede pasar. Pero estoy muy contento de la adaptación que estoy teniendo. Creo que tanto los compañeros como el staff me han ayudado muchísimo a adaptarme muy rápido, y estoy muy contento de la adaptación que he tenido, y bueno, voy a intentar seguir trabajando para continuar teniendo más oportunidades, y espero pues seguir jugando muchos más minutos y intentar en los entrenamientos ponerle las cosas difíciles al míster.
Yeah, it's true, when you come to a big club, it's a bit unknown, but overall I'm very happy with my adaptation to Manchester City. Both teammates and coaching staff helped me a lot to adapt to the club really quickly, so I'm very happy with my adaptation. I always try to work hard to keep having chances to play more. I want to keep playing more, keep training harder, and put things difficult for Pep to choose a starting 11.
And one more. Erling Haaland seems to be unstoppable in matches. What's he like in training? Is he the same?
Sí, para nosotros pues es una alegría tenerlo, y en los entrenamientos pues hace lo mismo que en los partidos. A veces intenta hacer cosas más espectaculares, y la verdad que para nosotros es muy bueno tenerlo en el campo. Sabemos todo lo que nos puede aportar, y estamos muy contentos de tenerlo, pero sí, tanto en los entrenamientos como en los partidos, la verdad que es un jugador increíble.
Yes, we are very happy to have him. In training is the same. Sometimes even he does more spectacular things on training sessions, but yeah, it's great to have him in the squad. We know what he's capable of, and we are happy to have him with us because he's an incredible player.
Sergio, I know you were very young when you left Barcelona and then again Borussia Dortmund, but when you leave two big clubs like that, do you think that you might never get back to a big club again?
Bueno, sí que es verdad que he estado en dos equipos muy grandes, y la verdad que los jugadores jóvenes trabajamos para ello, para estar en estos equipos. Estoy muy contento de la oportunidad que me han dado. Sí que es verdad que cuando estuve en Dortmund pues no jugué todo lo que me esperaba, pero estoy contento de los minutos que estoy teniendo aquí, y yo siempre trato de dar el máximo para, como he dicho antes, intentar ponerle las cosas difíciles al míster, y la verdad que todos trabajamos para jugar, y es lo que quiero, y es lo que más me gusta.
Yeah, it's true that I've been into great clubs before. Young players, we always work hard to reach this level where we are. So I'm happy for the minutes and the opportunities I'm having here at Manchester City. It's true that when I was at Borussia Dortmund, I didn't play as much as I would like, but I'm really happy and really pleased with the minutes I'm having at the moment. I always try to give my best, and as I said before, in training, try to put things difficult for Pep to make his choices. And I'm here to work hard and try to play as much as I can.
And when you signed for Manchester City, went in the dressing room for the first time, do you have to have a lot of belief in yourself, because you go in there and they're all international players, they're all really high players? It would be easy to feel intimidated by the players that are there.
Bueno, sí que es verdad que al final, pues cuando vienes a un club tan grande, sabes lo que te vas a encontrar, los grandes jugadores que hay. Sí que es verdad que al principio pues estás un poco expectante, pero la verdad que me acogieron muy bien. Me siento uno más. Estoy muy contento de estar aquí. La verdad que agradezco todo el apoyo que recibo de ellos en cada entrenamiento, en cada partido, después de los partidos, cuando me felicitan, y la verdad que estoy muy contento por cómo me han tratado. Pero sí que es espectacular para un jugador joven venir a un gran club como es el Manchester City.
Yeah, when you come to a big club, you are aware what's in here, the sort of players that are here, all great players. So at the beginning you are a little bit expectant about what you are going to find, but they all host me really well. I feel like one more in the squad. I feel great among them, and I'm also grateful for their support, both in training sessions and at the matches. So I'm happy with all my teammates and with the club in general, because for a young player coming to a club like this is spectacular.
Hola Sergio, ¿puedes explicarnos cómo es trabajar y entrenar diariamente con Pep? Porque imagino que para alguien del Barça es un sueño.
Sí, por supuesto que es un sueño. Al final cuando yo llegué al Barça eran sus primeros años de entrenador, y vi toda su trayectoria en el Barça, y para los jóvenes era un sueño que él fuera tu entrenador, y este año pues lo he podido conseguir. Para mí es el mejor entrenador del mundo, y la verdad que estoy muy contento de estar con él. Intento aprender lo máximo cuando hablo con él pues en los entrenamientos o tengo un meeting. Intento pues absorber todos los consejos que él me da, y la verdad que muy contento, y espero seguir aprendiendo muchos años más con él.
The question was, how is it training with Pep Guardiola, considering your past in Barcelona? Does it feel like a bit of a dream? Yeah, of course, it's a dream. When I arrived to FC Barcelona Academy, there were their first years of Pep as a manager there, so I saw all his successful career in the club, and as a young player, you see it as a dream to be trained or coached by him. And here I am. I made my dream come true, so I'm very happy with him. I learned a lot from him when we chat, when we are on training, on meetings, etc. And I always try to absorb all the advice and information he gives me, and hopefully I can learn much more in the years to come.
Otro más, si puedo. ¿Qué has aprendido específicamente? Porque ya habías jugado en muchas distintas posiciones en sus antiguos clubes y equipos, pero aquí, ¿qué has aprendido en cuanto a qué espacios hay que ocupar, cómo posicionarse, al timing y cosas así. ¿Qué has aprendido?
Sí, lo que tú dices, al final el timing es muy importante en este nivel, porque tienes que dar el pase o tienes que hacer el movimiento en el momento preciso y al final pues eso es una de las cosas que vas cogiendo con minutos, con partidos y la verdad que bueno, eso se va aprendiendo poco a poco, pero sobre todo pues intentar adaptarme a la filosofía que trabaja el staff, que trabaja el equipo. Sí que es verdad que, por ejemplo, el año pasado era mi primer año como lateral y sí que jugaba un poco como más por fuera, pero este año pues Pep quiere que esté un poco más por dentro, que ayude a la construcción del juego y sobre todo pues intentar vigilar la pérdida de balón para tener una buena posición por si nos hacen una contra, ya que nosotros pues intentamos tener mucho la posesión del balón y el control del partido.
You've played in different positions in the past. You arrived here at Manchester City now. What have you learned so far from being here? Yes, as you said, timing is very important at this level we are, when to choose the right moment to give the pass or to make the movement. So you acquire that through minutes and games. So I'm trying just to learn little by little and especially adapt to the philosophy we have here at Manchester City from all the coaching staff and the players. It's true that last season it was my first season as a left back at Anderlecht, and perhaps I played more outside, and here Pep is asking me as well to play more inside and help in the build-up and also try to avoid the loss of the ball, because the ball possession is very important for us.
Hi Sergio, just very quickly on Haaland. When you're watching him from the bench or on the pitch, are you watching him almost at times as a fan would, that he's that good, or do you see something perhaps that we haven't yet as a player that you can tell us about?
Sí, cuando estoy en el banquillo pues lo disfruto lo mismo que lo disfrutáis vosotros. Al final es una pasada y la verdad que estamos muy contentos de tenerlo. Al final es un jugador fuera de serie. Para nosotros es súper importante. Sí que es verdad que nosotros pues estamos un poco más acostumbrados, vosotros lo tenéis que ver cada 3 días y intentamos, o yo por lo menos intento aprender mucho de él, del hambre que tiene. Al final no se conforma con un gol, con 2 goles, siempre quiere más. El otro día, hasta cuando nos marcaron el tercer gol en el derbi, pues él estaba como un poco enfadado porque quería ganar y quería ganar bien, no con ese resultado, quería acabar con la portería cero, y la verdad que en esos momentos se le ve el hambre que tiene y las ganas de seguir marcando, ganando y ayudar al equipo.
Yeah, when I'm in the dugout, I enjoy Erling Haaland same way as you do. He's amazing. We are very happy to have him with us. He's an outstanding player. We are aware how important he is for us, and we are used to see him more often, perhaps, than you, that you see him every 3 days. But as far as I'm concerned, I try to learn from him as much as I can, and especially the hunger and the ambition he has. He doesn't settle with just 1 goal. He wants to score the second, the third. He always wants more. And for instance, just a detail, the other day on the derby, after we conceded the 3rd goal, he was a little bit angry because he wanted more. He wanted to have a clean sheet. So it's important to learn that hunger and ambition he has.
Hi Sergio, as someone who has supported Manchester City growing up, how was it to come on and play in a derby where you all played so well?
Sí, al final siempre he sido un fan del Manchester City. Al final para mí es un sueño hecho realidad estar aquí. Siempre que veía los partidos con mi hermano, pues era un sueño, siempre lo veíamos como un sueño, y este año pues se ha hecho realidad y al final intento ayudar al equipo al máximo. Sé el valor que tiene, por ejemplo, el partido del otro día para los fans y la verdad que acabé muy contento después del partido, porque sabía el partido tan importante que era para ellos y para mí también, porque aunque no sea de Manchester, de Inglaterra, pues siempre me ha gustado el club y siempre lo he seguido, y para mí es un sueño estar aquí.
Yeah, I'm always been a City fan, so to me it's a dream come true. I used to watch the games back in the day with my brother, and I always felt like a dream playing here. So I'm living this dream. It's true now. So I'm trying to help the team, and I know the value and the meaning of the win on Sunday for us and for the fans. I'm very happy for the outcome of the game. It was a very important win for us. For the fans and for me especially, because despite I'm not from here, I like the club. I'm a City fan, so it means a lot to me.
Hi Sergio, I think you played against Phil Foden in the Under-17 World Cup. What do you sort of remember of him, and how's he sort of progressed as a player, and did he remember you when you arrived?
Sí, había jugado también cuando estaba en la cantera del Barça, había jugado también contra él en el Manchester City, también nos enfrentamos en la final del europeo, y por mala suerte para mí pues me enfrenté en la final del Mundial y no pudimos ganarla. La verdad que he seguido toda su trayectoria, porque al final somos de la misma edad como tú dices, y la verdad que bueno, para mí es un lujo poder jugar con él después de seguir toda su trayectoria, su carrera. La verdad que lo está haciendo muy bien. Es un jugador muy importante para nosotros, y si alguna vez hemos comentado los partidos que habíamos jugado entre nosotros, y bueno, algunos son momentos bonitos para mí, otros para él, y la verdad que en la final esa él jugó muy bien, y fueron los campeones, y muy merecido.
Yeah, I've played against Phil Foden many times in the past when I was at Barcelona Academy in the European final and that World Cup final under 17. Luckily I had to suffer him in that final. We had to suffer him. So yeah, I followed him all his career. We are the same age, and to me it's a luxury playing alongside him here after following and seeing all his progression. He's a very important player for us. And sometimes, yeah, we've chat about the previous confrontation. Sometimes it was a happy outcome for me, sometimes for him. But yeah, he's a great player, and in that final he played great, and England deserved to win. Thank you, guys.